Hey guys, so this is like a really fun tag that I seen actually on ellenblair.com, and I was like, I've never done a tag video before, but this seemed really fun and I really wanted to do it. It's called the accent tag, and I'm sure that you guys can tell I'm from the South. So, you know, I either have people be like, oh, you know, the people that live here are like, oh, you don't sound like that, and then the ones that aren't are like, oh my gosh, you know, I can really tell. But this was really fun. So it's pretty much like there's just a list of words, and I'm just gonna read them off, and I'll put little captions at the bottom where you can, with the correct spelling, so you can see what I'm actually saying, you know, because everywhere you live, like, people pronounce stuff differently. You know, I have friends from, you know, New York and like Chicago and everywhere else, and everyone says stuff differently, which I think is so cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and there's actually like a list of questions afterwards. Okay, the first word is ant, and the second word is roof. The next one is route, or sometimes I say route. I don't know, it just really depends, like, when I'm reading, you know, like if you're on a mail route, or if you're on like Route 66, I say them different. Wash, oil, theater, iron, salmon, and then the next one's kind of tricky, like it's caramel or caramel, and honestly, like, I say them both ways. Fire, water, shore, data, or data. I think I usually say data. Ruin, crayon, New Orleans, pecan, and honestly, like, I don't know why, but it really annoys me whenever people say pecan. I'm like, that actually just sounds really gross. Like, why would you want to eat a pecan? But anyways, both, again, probably, spitting image, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, syrup, pajamas, or I think maybe sometimes I say pajamas, but I think I usually always say pajamas, caught, naturally, aluminum, and envelope. Okay, and for the questions, the first question is, what's it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? I call it rolling, like you're rolling a house. What is the bug that when you touch it, it curls into a ball? A roly-poly. What is the bubbly carbonated drink called? I call it a soda. And honestly, like, it's weird because I'm from the South, and everyone in the South usually always calls it Coke, even if it's not actually Coke. But for some reason, I don't do that. I don't know why, but it really annoys me because I'm like, okay, well, no, what do you actually want? Like, because I know you're not talking about an actual Coke. What do you call gym shoes? I call them tennis shoes. What do you say to address a group of people? I say, hey guys. What do you call the kind of spider-like creature that has an oval-shaped body and extremely long legs? I call it a granddaddy long legs. What do you call your grandparents? I recently had two grandparents on each side pass away, and I called my grandma on my, well, there you go, my grandma on my dad's side, and on my mom's side, my granddaddy, but then I call my grandpa on my dad's side, and I call them granny on my mom's side. So, the only one I have left is my grandpa. Or grandpa. I don't know. Just whichever way. Sometimes grandpa, sometimes grandpa. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at the supermarket? That's so funny because I call it a buggy, and I almost kind of annoy myself at the fact that I call it a buggy. Because, you know, I have friends that are, you know, lived here almost their entire life, and they call it a shopping cart. And I'm like, well, why am I calling it a buggy? It sounds weird anyways. But apparently everywhere else, they call it the correct thing. So, What do you call it when rain falls when the sun is shining? I honestly have no idea, and Elle, if you watch this, the first thing I thought of was a rainbow also, because I was thinking, oh, well, when it's sunny outside and it rains, it makes a rainbow. So I don't understand that, but my husband said it was called, like, a sun shower or something, so I don't know. And he's from here, too, so I have no idea. But, what is the thing you change the channel with, or the TV channel with? I call it a remote, and the funny thing is that my husband does call it a clicker. Or, no, he doesn't call it a clicker, but that was the first thing that he said. He calls it a remote, though, and so do I. So, I thought that was kind of fun. So if you guys, you know, if you say things, like, differently, do a video response, because I'm really anxious to hear, like, the way that everyone else says stuff, because I know that everywhere you go, people say things differently. And it's always, like, a lot of fun to hear other people's accents and stuff, or at least it is for me. So, I have another video that I'm going to do for, this eye look that I have on, so you guys should check that out. That's it, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.